It's coffee break! Oh, I hate doing that.
Well, until we come up with something better, that is what we're sticking with.
C.
D?
Oh! F.
Oh.
We could have done it like that too, but that doesn't work either.
I was like, alphabet. I got this.
Oh my god. Well, it's your birthday week.
Yeah. I'm a year older.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. Actually, I'm 2 years older.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I gave in extra coins to the birth man, so I got
The birth man.
Father Time is his name, but he goes by many names.
Okay. Here's 2 tokens. For your team.
I want an extra year added to my life, please.
Because it wasn't hard enough.
I want to get this done and over with, so let's go.
So, tomorrow, we're celebrating your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
We're gonna go see Dungeons and Dragons, the movie. I'm excited.
Honor Among Thieves.
Yeah.
Good reviews.
I've heard only good things.
We'll find out later in this podcast how it's doing in the box office.
Nice.
Or I guess we could just do that now.
But early box office trolls.
No, I wasn't doing box office shows quite yet.
Oh.
But we could just look at the numbers.
Never mind.
Number 1 has 37 million.
Yeah, damn.
Shown off in 3,855 theaters.
Hell yeah.
That's not too bad.
Do you think the Mario movie will reach number 1 next week?
So I didn't write anything down about it in here, but when I was looking at stuff, the new Super Mario Bros. Movie is on track to make 250 million this weekend.
Make tons. Like, tons and tons. Despite all the criticisms and complaints everyone has had about the voice acting, mainly, from what I can tell, it's gonna get a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Everyone will still see it. We all know. This will be Illumination's biggest. They're creaming themselves.
Well, it might do good. People might just turn around and be like, this is horrible.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, have you ever seen Minions?
No, I really don't want to.
That was a joke to all the Minion fans. Because those movies sweep.
I know. It's so dumb to me. But that's also Illumination's bread and butter. So what do we know? They might have it all figured out.
Well, if this movie's tailored towards those types of fans, I might not actually like it.
I don't want to put the cart before the horse.
But the horse is already there.
We'll see. We will see. You know, I want to watch Sing. Do you know those ones?
Yeah, I don't want to watch them.
But I want to... You know what? I don't want to watch Sing. I just want to see the performances.
Okay, I'm sure there's a collection of them on YouTube.
Specifically because I saw, like, 2, and I was thinking that if they were actual live performances, they would have the worst setup. Like, the worst audio. There's, like, popping balloons and stuff and whatever. And so, completely out of context, I want to rank how good of an actual performance the Sing performances would be. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's been one I've had for a while in my brain.
What else are we doing for your birthday?
What are we going to, like, In-N-Out or something?
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's about it.
Yeah, we're going to In-N-Out, and I wanted to point this out really early on. Mm-hmm. There's also a Denny's there.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go to Denny's, but you slapped me in the face. You said I was really stupid.
None of this happened.
That's a lie. She kicked me in the shin and then slapped the back of my head.
I did a Chun-Li style bicycle kick. And then I drop kicked you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would do it more like Pele.
Pele?
Isn't that his name?
Who?
The professional football player?
But why would I be Pele when I could be Chun-Li? You know?
Okay. Whatever.
The new Street Fighter came out recently.
Did it come out? I thought they were just announcing things.
They might just be announcing things.
Because the characters look bulky.
Well, they always do. But
in these more recent ones, they've become, like, big.
There's a bunch of new characters showing up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I kind of want to play it.
Well, they're also working on Tekken.
I've never played a Street Fighter game.
Cool, they suck.
But they're just a fighting game.
I'm a Tekken guy.
I was always Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat! Sometimes I think about the movie, the one that came out in 2018?
Oh, you don't think about the first one?
No, never.
Does anyone think about that one?
Specifically, I think about the part where Sonya
I
Blade...
do.
Sonya Blade, like, kidnaps our main character guy, and she brings him to her, like, hideout trailer, and she's like, I've been studying this organization for years. And he's like, did they tell you they spelled combat wrong? Because it's a K.
Mm-hmm. That was a good movie.
I really liked it.
But I remember...
I even liked our weird OC main character guy. His ability felt like it could be something you'd see in the games. You know?
Yeah, because he's not in the games.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird. I was like, why don't you just create a character that would be in the game?
I know. I mean, they have so many. I guess it makes sense. I don't know. And
They
then,
also They teased Johnny Cage right at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But when did that movie come out?
I think it was 2019. I think it was
I think it was during the...
during the dark times.
Yeah.
The bad days. 2020, maybe?
Yeah, because I remember we were watching it after we moved out of...
The other place.
Yeah.
Huh.
Are they even working on another one?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't
Warner
think it
Brothers
was-
isn't making good decisions. Right now.
That is true. I don't think it also needed a whole universe. It's fun on its own.
Yeah.
Circling back around, we can go to Denny's if you want.
I was kidding. I'd rather go to In-N-Out.
We could go to both. If you really want to. What would you get at Denny's? All they do is breakfast stuff.
No, they don't. They have burgers. And lasagna, I heard.
Whoa, like literally I've had better food in like a high school cafeteria.
Dude, their nachos are so scary. They're good.
They have nachos.
Mhm.
All I ever get is their breakfast stuff because that's at least safe. Like I know what it is. I know it's fake, but it's safe fake. You know.
Okay. I was joking about Denny's. In-N-Out is better than Denny's.
We haven't been to In-N-Out in forever. Also.
We've never been to In-N-Out together.
I know. I can't even remember the last time I was at an In-N-Out. I think I was like 12. It'll be fun. I'll get animal style. I'll get a grilled cheese.
What?
A grilled cheese. It's
Animal style?
not animal style grilled cheese. These were separate things I wanted.
So you want animal style fries and a grilled cheese?
Yes. And more. Go to a burger joint.
Not get a burger. It's like, you ever go to a Mexican restaurant and you read it and there's like hamburger and hot dog and you're like, okay, who's the asshole who's actually ordering this?
Alright, you want me to do it? I'm gonna call her out. My sister.
Oh,
Twins, 100%. She's the type of person to go to we go to the Mexican joint, and it's like, my dad orders an enchilada, and then my mother orders a quesadilla, and I order a burrito, and then she was always the one going like, do they have chicken nuggets? And it's like, we're at a Mexican place. Just order a taco or something.
that's sad.
She would usually go for a chicken salad, if she could. And it's not like she didn't like burritos or anything either. She's just weird when we go to restaurants.
It took me years to break this thing. But I've realized, now that I'm now 30, my favorite food in the entire world is nachos.
Yes.
I think about them. I eat them probably once to twice a week.
Usually, yeah.
Without even like really trying, I just end up eating nachos. I will count carne asada fries as that also.
It's close enough, yeah.
It's pretty much nachos.
My favorite food is burrito. Just any form of
Just
burrito.
burrito?
Chimichanga sometimes.
You love burrito?
I love burrito.
That's
Man.
going to be the name of the episode.
God,
Crater loves burrito.
I love burritos. I used to draw them in like my notebook.
What the fuck?
When I would get bored and I would be hungry because it was like before lunch.
What the hell?
I just draw a burrito.
I was going to say every time I went to like, even like a grill, a bar and grill,
Yeah.
or like microbreweries. My parents would drag me around those a lot. Mm-hmm. I would always just get nachos.
It's a good, safe choice, you know?
Just a plate of nachos. I'm pretty happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that I don't like the other things. Like, if you're gonna get a burrito, I would just get a chimichanga.
See, like, chimichanga, sometimes they really, like, it's too, like, crispy. Like, they have, like, double layer tortilla, and then it's, like, all this flaky stuff everywhere. Or it's really greasy sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I just go with a burrito. But I never go seafood. Never, ever do I go seafood. Even at a joint specifically meant for seafood, like Long John Silver's, I do not want fast food seafood. Or restaurant seafood.
We just had a fish taco.
I know. I didn't order it.
But you ate it.
Oh, well, I don't want to be rude. And I was hungry and curious. But I'm always, like, nervous around seafood stuff. You know? Yeah, like, you get
survived.
It? Yes.
We went to, it's not even, we ordered out. We Ubered Eats Filiberto's. I mean, like, it's not that great.
And I got a burrito.
Yep.
And it was a perfect burrito.
I got carne asada fries.
Yum, 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 yum.
And a fish taco.
Yeah.
If you didn't want it, you could have just gave me the whole thing.
But I was curious. I wanted to taste it.
What if I wanted that?
Did you want the whole thing?
No, I kind of got the taco for me.
Why'd you split it?
Because it was your birthday. I used in quotations.
Next time you can have the whole fish taco. How about that?
We'll see if there's a next time.
Just for you.
This weekend is Easter weekend.
Is it actually? Weird.
Yep. This Sunday is Easter.
Celebrate the birth of Christ by going to see a movie that the church called satanic. Dungeons and Dragons.
You could do that. Mario's also coming out.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I said the birth of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this is...
Second birth. He also put in an extra token with the birth man.
There's another dumb title. An extra token with the birth man. Okay. I was just going to say, there's not much news going on, because we got a big religious holiday.
I'm excited for it to happen so it can be over. So then all the grocery stores can stop being pastel. Ugh.
It's weird how early it is in April.
I mean, it moves around so much.
It does. I don't know. I guess I'm used to it being in May.
I remember one time it was in March.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was actually on my birthday. I remember that. It was weird.
Okay, stop showing off. Okay.
I didn't realize it was like a once-in-a-lifetime event. I was like 4.
It's got to be based on, like, a lunar calendar?
I think so. Or based on a certain amount of days from a specific lunar calendar event. Or something. I don't know. Maybe they just pick randomly. Drag the Pope's hand up to a calendar and he jams it in April somewhere.
Speaking of the Pope, he got hospitalized.
Yeah, he had bronchitis.
He had bronchitis, and then he came out of the hospital and said, "I'm not dead yet. Ha ha ha."
How old is he?
I don't even know his name.
How long do you get to be the Pope?
Till you die.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
You don't get to retire?
No, you're already so old by that point.
I guess. Who's in charge? How do you pick the next Pope?
The Cardinals.
Well, how do they pick?
They vote.
Well, how do they decide? What are they looking
Politics.
for? That's weird.
It's all politics. And you know what? They can come to a stalemate if they vote for, like, themselves. If they all were in a room and they voted for themselves, they're staying in that room. They don't come out of that room. They do something with smoke. I'm not Catholic, but my family was. And I got to learn some things about it. Mm-hmm. They have a special room that these guys go into when they try to decide. And there's smoke that comes out of the chimney. And they'll stay in there until they finally come up with a decision. And once they come up with a decision, the smoke will change colors. Not magically, they do it.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to add that in, just for context.
Just so that people know.
Yeah,
I guess.
it's not magic. Somebody's just thrown in.
Back before there were cell phones, we needed to figure out a way to get communication across.
and it's something they still uphold today.
That's pretty cool.
You know, they're pretty good at air pollution over there. But yeah, they'll finally decide one. And usually it's some old guy who's gone through all these hoops. Either became a cardinal or archbishop.
Yeah. Weird. It is weird, I guess. I never really considered it. The most I thought about it was when I was picking my classes for my Fire Emblem characters. And you'll become a monk, and you'll become a bishop. You're gonna be a priestess. You need to have a good amount of healers on your team.
Don't you need, like, clerics?
That's what they are. And then they'll, like, level up eventually to get into cleric position. Depending on the game, they have different titles sometimes.
That's weird.
It is.
Weird to put that into your fantasy game that has magic and monsters.
It's kind of charming, you know, having a little bit of like real world religion sprinkled within my fantasy setting.
Okay, film and television news. We're gonna get going.
Yeah.
The Batman Part 2, which is the working title for the new Batman movie.
The one with Robert Pattinson.
Yep. He's starting to gear up for returning as Batman.
Yeah.
Where he said he's going to have to go into a deep dive again with the character.
Yay. Yeah, good luck. Be safe, Mr. Pattinson.
There are supposed rumors that Clayface will be in this new movie.
I hope so. I think that'd be really cool, seeing a live-action attempt at Clayface.
Well, that's not all.
Yeah.
Mike Flanagan of Haunting of Hill House,
Midnight Society and...
Midnight Club.
Yep.
That's what that was called.
Yeah.
What was the Midnight Mass?
Midnight Mass, that was another one. Yeah.
Doctor Sleep. He did that one.
He did... Oh, wow. What
Anyways,
about...
he talked to James Gunn and Peter Safran to do a live-action Clayface show.
Oh, interesting.
So these things can both happen at the same time, and it's kind of interesting that Clayface is now this character everyone's circling around.
And now we're all talking about Clayface.
Yep. Now, I don't know too much about the show, and the show can go in any direction it wants, to be honest.
That's the thing. Since we've never done Clayface before, they could go either as literally or in any direction that they want, really.
Well, the thing is, the Batman is based in realism.
Yes.
Just like the Dark Knight trilogy. So, in order to bring in something like Clayface, who is clay with a giant face, and he can turn into a humanoid shape, but he's ever-changing. Can you stop scratching yourself?
I'm sure they can't even hear it.
I can hear it. The dog's scratching.
You sleepies.
Stop talking to him.
He's
Talk to me.
He's so cute, though. Can't help it.
It would be hard to do Clayface. That's what I'm getting to.
Yeah, in a realistic way.
In a realistic way. And I was like, maybe you could just make him like Spider-Man's villain, the Chameleon.
Maybe, yeah.
Where he's just a guy that can change his look.
Like, take off a million disguises and stuff.
Yeah, just constantly change his appearance.
Maybe you could do something like a contortionist or something.
Why did we go that route?
I don't know.
Why did you think that?
Why not? I like contortionists, and they deserve work. I think it'd be interesting. You know, like the shape-shifting aspect of it. Like, think of the live-action Silent Hill movie, you know? But not all that, necessarily.
Okay, I was thinking like Ragdoll from Arrow and the Flash.
That's another great example. Or there was a contortionist lady in Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yes, there was.
She died very early after her introduction in the show, but in the book she stuck around all the way till the end. So I don't know why they got rid of her so quickly. And the other circus freaks, which was sad.
Probably for health insurance practices or something?
Maybe.
This is a joke. So Rings of Power back in the news again for a second week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so last week their horse died.
Sadly.
Doing some conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
And now this week, the warehouse full of props caught on fire.
Damn. That sucks. Oh my god, how?
Well, they're investigating it right now, but here's the thing that we're also learning about Rings of Power. The first season cost over $400 million.
Mm-hmm.
It brought in all those viewers, but less than 50% of them actually finished the show.
Damn. That might be one that, rather than release episodes one at a time.
Just drop them all right there.
Or at least do two at a time, you know?
Or just drop them all right there.
But I do think a whole binge, because, like, I don't want to come back and...
Well, here's the weird thing. You think about that. That's really bad.
It is. Especially for Lord of the Rings. You know, that should be, you know?
Oh, big deal, yeah.
I think, and more comments on how a very mismanaged their pacing was for the whole season.
Uh-huh.
Like, it was a slow slog, and I feel like we could have incorporated elements together better, or at least done more interesting things with our time with these characters. But whatever. I'm not an executive getting paid billions.
Well, I just look at that and I go, that's an actual problem.
Mm-hmm.
That means that you shouldn't put nearly as much money into the second season.
I would say way less episodes.
Well, what? They only had like 8.
Well, like, think about all the extra random fluff in the middle that we didn't need.
Yeah,
Cut
all
that-
of Elrond shit.
Yeah, cut a lot of that out. You could have had it be 4 episodes. Could have just been a movie, let's be honest. It could have been an email.
It could have been an email, that's true. So, yeah, they're not off to a good start here for the second season, and we won't see it till 2024.
At this rate, it might be till 2025. Wait till one of their other things, like, explodes or dies. Who knows?
Watch, they'll lose, like, a main actor in a, like, horrific incident.
I hope not.
Now, there's rumors from HBO.
Yeah.
Yawns. I yawned. Okay. Game of Thrones spinoff featuring Aegon the Conqueror.
I don't...
So this is a prequel to House of Dragon. This is that Aegon that made the prophecy.
Do we need another spinoff right now?
Supposedly they're working on it, and I don't know. That's a lot of Targaryen.
It is. It's a lot of blonde hair.
Well, they were supposed to be working on a Jon Snow show.
I don't know what else we can do with Jon Snow.
Talk about his life after.
I'd rather hear about, like, Arya, who traveled, was it, east?
Yeah.
To see what goes after the end of the map.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be fun.
There are better options to go. I just thought it was interesting. They were like, oh, let's just keep going further back in time.
Yeah. That's always the thing. They always want to go back in time. They never want to go forward. So disappointing. Star Wars is the same way.
Well, okay. Dave Filoni,
Yeah.
right? He said always write out to episode 9.
Yeah.
This is something he said in an interview like a couple weeks ago. And I thought that was interesting because I was like, you can expand it. You're the guy to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But he won't. He just goes to 9. I'm also curious, how much effort did he put into 9?
Maybe he's still figuring out what he wants to do post 9, and he doesn't want other things getting thrown in the middle there that'll, like, throw off an idea he's already working on, you know?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, then you're just a control freak, right?
Can we talk about, instead of Star Wars, can we talk about the fact that I started watching Star Trek over the weekend?
We're gonna get there.
I'm just excited. I like Star Trek so much.
Started watching Star Trek Next Generation.
Yay! I've already seen it, but we're rewatching it.
I've watched all the movies.
You haven't seen the show?
Nope.
Have you seen any of the show before? Or just like random episodes peppered together there?
Random episodes.
What'd you think of the first 2 episodes?
So fucking boring.
No.
Oh my god.
It's so fun with their, like, standing around being serious about puzzles. That's all the show is. It's just a mystery. It's like Sherlock Holmes in space, if we think about it. Where it's just a mystery every episode. And they have to figure out a thing, or figure out a way to do a thing with a specific hindrance to them.
Okay.
You missed the 3rd episode. I knew you wouldn't want to watch it. It's the one where they all got, like, the horny space virus and whatever. They all got drunk, basically. It's a weird 3rd episode to have, I'd say.
It was a weird first 2 episodes.
I had forgotten. I had remembered Riker being way more of, like, a ladies' man type character. Like, a lot like James T. Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
But, no, he's not. He's actually a lot like how he is in the later seasons. And I don't know how I got the misconception that he was a ladies' man in season 1. Maybe we haven't gotten to it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to keep watching, but
I'm getting keep
I don't know why we started this when we haven't even finished Frasier.
Come on.
Frasier's a sitcom. I think I've talked about it before.
Star Trek's more interesting than Frasier.
We were almost done with Frasier.
Star Trek has less seasons than Frasier.
That's bullshit. It has like 7 fucking movies.
Well, we don't need to watch the
Frasier
movies.
has 0 movies.
We don't need to watch the movies. We could just stick to the show. I'm sitting around waiting for the first moment that we see Riker playing his trombone. I think that'll be interesting. I'm also excited to find the first episode where Data is painting. That's going to be interesting too. I like their weird hobbies. It humanizes them interestingly.
I don't even know what to say to any of this.
What?
I don't know what to say.
I like the show.
Okay, back to Warner Brothers. God. Warner Brothers Discovery TV series for Harry Potter, this remake,
Yeah. All hope down the drain.
is getting closer to being an actual reality for us because they are now in talks with everyone's favorite author, J.K. Rowling,
Boo! Fuck you!
to produce the series.
What a dumb bitch. Fuck that person. She's a bigot. Fuck you.
I wonder if they can pull this off.
I don't know, man. No. If they're gonna do it again, animate it. Don't do it live action again. We've done that already. You can really see that Warner Brothers relied a lot on those movies coming out basically every year.
It made them like over $1 billion.
And ever since that last movie came out, they have been desperately trying to still cling to that money that they were getting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a failure after a failure.
Yeah, what do you think? They're still doing like Batman and the DC stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have any other franchises?
Warner Brothers?
They should be working on Scooby-Doo. I don't think they are, though.
They did, and then they canceled it, and then they released one, like, Scooby-Doo with, like, crypto. That happened.
Oh,
They
yeah.
just keep, and it was another one that they were gonna just cancel. Like, it was already done and fully animated, and they were just gonna get rid of it. And
Yeah, someone leaked that one, didn't they?
yeah, and that's how we got it.
Okay. Yeah, no, because they're still in Damage Control. They're not doing great.
They're not.
Their movies aren't doing good in theaters.
They own Rooster Teeth and Ruby. Of course they're not doing great.
That's
Have you
true.
seen that shit?
It's Sandland, which is a short manga by Akira Tomiyama,
Yeah.
will be an anime, a 3D animated.
Mm-hmm. It looked 3D. It looked very video gamey.
Yeah.
His style lends itself very well to, like, video game 3D models.
You just need to get the right angles,
Mm-hmm.
because everything's pointy,
Yes.
and shade,
Yep.
and you'll have his style.
And it's been working for years.
Well, that anime comes out in Japan August 18th. I'm sure we'll also get it on Crunchyroll or whatever.
We watched a trailer. There were no English subtitles.
Nope, it was a lot coming at you.
And none of it. I was startled by all of it, but not surprised by anything. I think Santa in the middle was the most interesting part.
Yeah, that I was just like, what? Santa's on a rope swinging through the desert?
And then I was like, dinosaurs. I'm like, yeah, there would be dinosaurs.
Yeah, he always has dinosaurs.
He loves dinosaurs.
It's a post-apocalyptic world.
I guess.
It looks like that little boy is like some devil kind of thing.
Yeah.
Who has like...
Who probably wants to, like, have ultimate power or whatever.
Yep.
That's what they do.
Of course he has a tail and spiky hair.
He looks less like a Dragon Ball character and more like a Dragon Quest character.
Yeah.
So, I'm into it.
I never knew about this manga. I will check this out though.
Yeah, totally.
It's worth a try.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay, today we got the Blue Beetle trailer.
We did.
We just watched it. We paused to watch it.
We did. I honestly,
It was a weird moment.
I didn't think we would ever actually get the movie.
I think this movie's coming so soon.
It's weird. I mean, I don't know. Would you? It's this weird thing of, do you like the trailers that come out soon, like right when the movie's about to come out, so you don't have to wait, or do you like the trailers that come out well in advance, so then you know what to prepare for?
I wasn't expecting this movie until next year.
Like I said, I wasn't expecting it at all. I think it looks cool. I'm super into it. I don't like how Iron Man-y his suit feels. But
that's how it looks.
I know, like, there's not much they can do about it.
Also, he's got those cool arm thingies.
Uh-huh.
Do they always stick out?
Yeah. Don't they?
I don't know. I think I've seen him without them out.
I think he can, like, fold them up so they, like, rest on him. And he can hide them under, like, a t-shirt or a sweater or something.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I don't know much about Jaime Reyes.
No. I think he's cool, and I like his powers. That's mostly it. There's, like, one movie that we watched, one animated Teen Titans movie, where he was in it.
Titans versus Justice League?
He was dope. I liked him a lot. I'm excited. It looks fun.
Did you see him beating up the bad guys in that tunnel?
Mm-hmm.
He was hitting them pretty hard.
Kicking ass.
Then he got his cool little Buster Blade.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So that comes out August of this year.
Yeah.
Shazam isn't looking so good.
Oh, yeah. Did that come out?
Yeah, it came out.
No one's talking about it.
No, I don't think many people actually saw it and liked it.
You know what's worse than people going to your movie and not liking it? People not going to your movie.
That's true.
At all.
Like, no one went to Black Adam.
Yeah, that's true. I also think theaters are just, like, dying. Like, people don't want to go to theaters anymore.
I think people still want to go to theaters.
Maybe. Maybe just for certain films. It's like, why bother?
Yeah, I think you should see Avatar in theater.
Which Avatar?
The new one, The Way of Wawa.
No. God, no.
I'm sure it's great in theater.
But I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, I don't want to watch it either. I think it would be great in theater, though. The Batman was great in theater.
It was.
It's not nearly as cool as watching it on my TV.
I enjoy it.
I mean, I can pause it and save it for another day.
True.
That part's nice.
Turn on subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can hear them when they're, like, whispering, because there's always weird sound things where the fucking violence is loud as hell, but their talking scenes is, like, whispers.
Yep. So next, we got a trailer for the MCU Disney Plus show, Secret Invasion, starring Nick Fury
Yeah.
and all the other agents fighting evil alien green guys.
I know they've been setting this up for a while.
I figured this would be like a whole movie.
I have no interest whatsoever. The idea of a more serious Men in Black is not interesting to me.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, this story is supposed to be like the... Oh, I'm going to screw this up. The Krill and the Skrull?
Yeah, whichever. Which is which.
One's blue, one's green.
Yeah.
They're fighting to take supremacy of the Earth. It's like a bigger... Like, they took over certain Avengers and then pretend to be them.
Yeah.
To help their own agenda. And it was like, in the comics, it's a bigger story.
It's just like, I don't...
But of course, they're not going to follow that. They're too busy with Kang.
Yeah. It's not interesting to me. It's boring.
Yeah.
Also, I can't see the damn movie. It's so dark.
Yeah, when they're right on the rooftop, I only was able to tell that because there's like some light.
There was a scene where they were talking, and I literally couldn't see anybody's faces. I'm like, where are you?
Well, I don't think that's politically correct to say.
And I know, it's like, oh, we're doing the war that lives in the shadows. It's secrets, and it's just like, but I want to see the entirety of the fight at Helm's Deep takes place at nighttime. I can see that fight perfectly. Why can't I see anything else? Put it all in blue already. Jeez.
Yeah, they use darkness way too much in modern cinema.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last bit of news. That's right. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's back.
Yeah.
In the live-action Moana.
It's so weird. Moana just came out. It's not even 10 years old yet.
I think what I was reading, they said it was 10 years.
Damn. Well, still, like, we're jumping over a lot of other ones to go straight to Moana.
You know, it just shows me that The Rock's career is failing.
Yeah.
And he's also upset that Lilo and Stitch is working, which they were able to cast their Lilo.
Yeah.
They got a little Hawaiian girl.
An adorable little Hawaiian girl. No, I'm willing to bet that The Rock is just salty that no one wants to give him any new jobs. That's always sitting there being like, well, what about all the old things I did already? Can we get another Jumanji in the works, too?
They are. They got that in the works.
Jeez Louise.
It'll be the last Jumanji.
His egomania.
Have you noticed Kevin Hart hasn't been working with him?
Yeah, I have.
Because Kevin Hart doesn't want to work with him.
I don't... he seems horrible. Like, he seems like a fine person, but just, like, fucking self-centered. He seems like the kind of person who would do a nice thing, not because it's a nice thing to do, but because then he can talk about how nice he is and look cool, you know?
You mean TikTok?
I mean, like, Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast?
Yeah, he does that shit all the time. Like, he'll be like, I made a video, and in my video, I helped cure, like, 200
I thought he was regarded as an
people's-
actual good guy.
Yeah, but he's doing good things. But it's the fact, like, I'm curing 200 people's blindness, or whatever, with cataracts or something. I don't know what he did. But it's like, and I made a video about it. It's like,
Why? He's just documenting what he does.
I don't know. It's the fact that it's like, and he also does a lot of things like, hey, all you people who want money, I have $100 million in the suitcase, run around and do a stupid obstacle course for me. So you might win $100 million. He does a lot of shit like that too. So, I've never seen a video of his, but I have no interest. I also think I just hate his face.
No, you can't do that.
What, me?
Yeah, you can't just pass judgment on something because you haven't watched it.
I don't like the idea of it.
Okay. What the hell?
What?
No.
Am I wrong?
You are wrong.
How?
Go watch one of his videos.
I don't want to.
Everything I hear about this guy has been like, hey, he's actually a really cool dude and he's trying to help people out.
I'm sure he is.
Just because he's making a video to make, it more publicly known doesn't make him a douche.
No, I don't know. It just feels...
I would consider that actual documentating and... No, that's not the correct word.
Documenting?
Documenting.
Yeah.
And, how is he going to pay for all these extravagant things?
I don't know. I feel like he's already rich. He's like the most subscribed person on YouTube.
Yeah. But sponsors are going to want to see numbers.
Whatever. I don't want to talk about Mr. Beast.
You can't pass judgment on some guy like that. Okay. Game news. There's not much. Not much to actually talk about. I'm not a Diablo fan, I'm sorry.
Did Diablo do something?
Yeah, they got a beta for Diablo 4.
4?
Yeah, 4.
I thought they did 4.
No, 4 was announced a few years ago.
I thought 4 came out a while ago.
No.
Shouldn't they be on 5?
Oh, it's Diablo 4.
Oh, well, whatever.
Am I wrong?
I don't play Diablo. I just remember 3 came out a long time ago. So I was certain, surely by now, 4 would have come out.
Yeah, it comes out this year, June 6th, Diablo 4.
Wow, it took that long?
Okay.
3 didn't get a lot of good reception, I guess.
When 3 came out, it was huge.
I remember everyone was excited for it, but then when people actually played it, they were like, it's not actually that good. But I don't know. It was so long ago, and I've never played it.
Breath of the Wild 2. That is not its title, but I wrote that down. Oh my god, I'm still playing Breath of the Wild.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom. Got gameplay, 10 minutes of gameplay from the producer. Mm-hmm. And my review of this gameplay, I can sum it up like this. For a guy who built the game, he plays pretty shittily.
He keeps getting knocked off of things.
Literally, at one point, he gets knocked off, and he's like, I guess we'll just explore the bottom world. And just sails on down.
And I know it was to show off the how to get back down mechanics.
That was not. He totally messed up.
I don't think so.
Oh, I think he did.
It wasn't a live recording. They could have just gone back and
live
no.
at one point. It was born alive.
It wasn't. I don't know. Nothing about it really calls out to me.
So Link's got new abilities, and basically you can morph shit together,
Yeah.
swim through mountains so you don't have to climb them,
Yeah.
and you can recall things past. The recalling things past is a thing they used before in Zelda, not Twilight, Skyward Sword.
Oh.
The desert with the robots.
Yeah, that was a thing.
What I saw with the fuse, I'm more interested in the fusing of the weapons. And what I saw was, this is going to be nuts.
Yeah.
These shrines that you're going to have to solve,
Ugh.
there's going to be 1,000,001 different ways to actually handle it.
I don't know. Like, gameplay-wise, it's neat, but the gameplay wasn't that interesting to me the first time around. Like, I don't know. I want to know what the story is. What's the premise? What are we doing? Are we doing Divine Beasts again? Or do we have other things to do?
There's not going to be much of a story.
Are we going to have more characters and stuff?
The Breath of the Wild doesn't have much of a story.
I know. This doesn't look like it's up for me. You know? It's not mine. I'm not into it.
Okay.
Which sucks, because I would love a new Zelda game.
So everyone, mark it on their calendars that in 2025, Critter will begin playing Tears of the Kingdom.
I doubt it. I'll watch you play.
No.
Well, as you're playing at like 2 a.m. as I'm
Yeah, I
asleep.
keep waking up in the middle of the night and staying awake, and I just play Zelda until I pass out, and then I get like 2 hours of sleep, and the dogs wake me up, and then I'm cranky.
Yes. Big quanky.
Yep. And the big news. So last week, Ubisoft left E3.
Yeah, and we speculated a lot about what was to come. Nothing. Apparently.
E3 is dead.
Yep, it has been canceled.
Now, I feel bad about the indie guys who are gonna go.
Yeah, but also, like, I don't think that was even a really great place to go to show off your indie stuff.
Yeah, and you know what? They already have things like IGN and other gaming websites.
Yeah, even Nintendo has, like, indie showcases.
Yeah, so they can go to these other guys, or they could band together. It doesn't mean the end for them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're fine. E3 became way too commercialized. And
Yeah.
that was its ultimate doom. It used to be an exclusive event. Mm-hmm. And the worst part was, I was planning on covering this dumb event for Garbage Eggs in June.
Well, now we gotta cover something else instead.
So I guess we're going to rank the Harry Potter movies before the new show comes out. I don't know. That might actually be it. It might not.
We'll figure something out.
It's a dumb idea I've been throwing around. But yeah, wow.
What are the odds that as soon as we were talking about it, and we're like, maybe this'll happen, and this'll happen, and then like 2 days later, it's like, nope, it's gone.
I read the news and I was just like, oh, that sucks. Okay. Weekly reviews. This has been a week of nonstop viewing.
Yeah, we did all kinds of stuff this week. I forgot about half of the things.
I can't give full reviews on this. I'm looking at how much time we're left with. We're definitely going over an hour. First off, I took way too long. It took me more than 2 weeks to play Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
I savored every little minute of it, and I mean all 14 hours of it.
Yes.
Great game.
I loved it. It was super fun.
Beautiful.
Heartbreaking.
Scary.
Yes.
The monsters were getting crazier and crazier.
Lots of fun. Heart-pounding. Thrilling. Great characters.
Mm-hmm.
That's what made it so heartbreaking. Once, like, you're won over, you're charmed by them, and then suddenly whisked out of your life.
Yeah, I never think about Mike until I get to that scene and I go, oh yeah, Mike.
Mike was really sad because I had hope. I was like, yeah, I can still have a friend. Bye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Like, I was like, fuck.
I remember as a kid, I was like in that situation, and then Mike shows up, and I'm like, yes! And he's blowing up things, and I'm like, the rest of the game's gonna be so much fun with the helicopter. Yeah, that doesn't work out so well.
I even had a thought. Like, Leon sees where he needs to go, like, at the final chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And I even thought to myself, it'd be so much easier if we could just fly there. And then here comes Mike in his helicopter. I'm like, OMG, we will be flying there. Wow! And then, no, he didn't.
The game was fun. The characters got some weird upgrades. Jack Krauser, his fight was a little easier. Well, they also ripped out like a giant puzzle sequence in the middle of it. Where as you're trying to find pieces of this puzzle, he's just constantly attacking
He's
you.
just like, yeah, they were like, we can remove that.
Yeah. I'm glad they did.
The minecart section was my favorite.
Yep.
100%. It gave me, like, Donkey Kong Country vibes.
Yep.
So much fun. OMG.
That was pretty cool. Sadler got ridiculously powerful and big.
Cool. I liked it.
His ending there was kind of gross.
Very Final Fantasy.
It was. There's this giant golden embryo that you're shooting at.
I'm into it.
The escape
Yeah.
was fucking nuts.
I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, tense.
You see that giant jump I made
Yes.
into that giant, like, cavern
I saw
as it's falling?
a lot of close calls and stuff.
Yep.
Fun, though. So fun. I had so much fun with it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Great game. 10 out of 10.
9 out of 10 for me. But this week, we will get free DLC for Mercenaries.
Woo! Hell yeah!
I'm excited.
I bet you'll get Leon, Luis, Ada. Do you think Ashley would be available?
No.
Do you think we'll get Hunk?
They should put Hunk in there.
Can we-
was in the Resident Evil 4.
Tofu?
They might put Tofu in there just for fun.
I wonder if they'll put,
it should
like-
be Krauser.
I wonder if they'll do like Ethan Winters.
Why?
I don't know.
He's not in this game.
Well, maybe we'll have Chris in there too.
No.
Yeah, why not?
Get the fuck away from my game.
We don't get everybody.
Go play with your dumb
Do
games,
like a
5
Resident
and 8.
Evil Smash Bros situation, or just bringing all the fan favorites.
Wouldn't that
back.
just be RE-verse?
But that's not good.
Yeah. Whenever they do an online thing, it never works out.
It's just zombies don't work when you have a friend there.
One thing I noticed, and if you guys beat the game, there's a very special bad guy. Who's
Yeah.
not a bad guy in the game. Resident Evil 4 proper, but he is a larger villain overall of Resident Evil. And I got his little minifigure where you can look at their models.
Yep.
And they fully fleshed him out, which means he most likely will be in Mercenaries.
Fun stuff.
He's got a gnarly punch. Okay, we watched Murder Mystery 2.
Yeah, that
Adam
Adam
Sandler
Sandler and
Jennifer Connelly.
That's not her name. Jennifer Aniston? What's her name?
Yeah, Aniston.
Rachel from Friends, in case you don't remember. They had that one a while ago where they like solved a murder mystery on a yacht.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. It was called Murder Mystery. And this one's called Murder Mystery 2.
Yeah. And this one was fun. I actually liked it better.
You did?
I did.
I thought this one was terrible.
I'm gonna say I think this was better than Glass Onion.
I don't really like agreeing with anything you're saying today.
Well, I'm sorry.
What the hell?
Like, it's not as good as Knives Out, but I had more fun with it than I did with Glass Onion. It was a more interesting mystery.
Okay. No, Glass Onion was way better than this movie.
Well, we'll agree to disagree.
I will say there are very few jokes that actually landed. But when they did, they were pretty funny.
They were, yes.
Like when the Raj got stabbed in his back. And the commander, his like commander guy who has like one arm. Adam Sandler's character and some other guy were looking at the body and the knife.
Yeah.
And Adam Sandler looks at the commander and he just mouths, "Was it you?" And the commander's like, "No." It was like the first thing he asked him.
The one thing I couldn't get behind was the idea that Adam Sandler is like this like badass doing fights and stuff type character.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I like if you've sold me on that premise, but the rest of it was fun.
It also took them 4 years to make a sequel.
Yeah, it was weird. These things will make another one.
God no.
Well,
Now that I've said that, yes. I'm sure there's already a contract for it. We watched another movie. I have paid attention to this one because I didn't actually find it too funny. The premise was interesting, and the actors weren't bad. I just didn't like the flow of it.
I thought it was hilarious.
You liked House Party?
I did.
Okay.
It's I guess a remake of the 90s classic House Party, but it's
Which I never saw.
I didn't either, but it's nothing like the original. The original is like they're like high schoolers or something, you know?
Yeah, and here they're influencers. Mm-hmm. They're also house cleaners.
Yeah, they're, like it's very, very different. It's just in name only, I guess.
Two influence friends decide that they're going to throw a huge party to get money for the dude's
Like
daughter
yeah.
so she could go to school. She's only a kid, though, which I was like, that makes no sense. Public education, buddy.
Yeah.
But they decide to hold it in,
LeBron James's house.
yeah, LeBron James' house without him knowing.
Yeah.
That's where it gets crazy.
Yes.
But it takes them almost forever to get to that moment.
Yeah, like halfway through the movie, the party starts.
Yes.
There was a point where a guy was like, I'll come back with a gun. Did he ever actually come back?
No. No. No, so the security guard beats up the guy, and the guy's like, I'm going to come back with a gun and shoot you all. Right?
Yeah.
And he runs off, and the main character's talking to the head security guy. And he's like, aren't you, like, worried about that? And the head security guy is like, he lives in La Brea. It's the time it would take for him to get there, get his gun, and come all the way back. The party will be over. It was like cold and calculated.
Wow.
I loved the cameos. It's cameo galore.
a lot of people.
Snoop randomly showed up in that one.
Yep.
Gata. The crazy neighbor who owns a koala was Andrew Santino.
Yeah.
Dave wasn't in there, which I thought was weird.
Yeah, for having Andrew Santino and Gata.
Yeah.
Eh.
LeBron James, of course, shows up.
It was fun.
Oh, yeah, and they had that weird side thing with the Illuminati.
Yeah, there was like a whole
And-
part in the middle.
Who's the rap artist they're with?
Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi. But he wasn't the first Kid Cudi, and he wouldn't be the last.
Yeah.
It was fucking weird.
It was weird.
There's just a moment in the movie where it's like, it's a battle to the death, and people are like getting cut open and dying.
Like they leave the party to go to like an Illuminati thing. It was weird, but
To get a ring.
Yeah, but I had fun with it. I thought it was a nice, good, goofy comedy movie for the night, for the day.
Some of the jokes were funny. I will give it that. Succession began its fourth and final season. We don't really talk too much about Succession here. I don't know how many of you guys actually like it.
It's a hefty one to get into.
I think it's more of an older, I don't want to be rude here, but mature audience.
Yeah, like it's a lot of like,
It's lots of talking and almost zero action.
yes, mind games, political things,
Yep.
debates, etc., etc.
Yeah, even watching this first episode, I was like, oh my god, I forgot how fucking dramatic these people are.
And you're gonna tell me Star Trek is boring?
Yeah, I totally like Succession. I've seen every episode.
Are you caught up on the latest season? The last one?
Succession?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched the episode because it comes out Sunday nights. And I'm usually asleep by the time it comes out.
Yeah.
So it's either today or tomorrow I'll catch up on it.
Nice.
The Mandalorian. What was that, episode 5?
Yeah.
Way better. It's getting better.
What happened in this episode?
There was a bunch of space pirates.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't too interested in it.
Yeah, I noticed. Critter was playing on her phone. while I'm sitting back going, Space Pirates,
I
dumb.
I always know when you're like really into it because you'll give a lot of commentary, and I'll just stop responding to you after a while, but you'll still be like doing like, ha, that was a good move.
I know at one point I just said, Space Pirates, you're not ready for the Mandalorians. They're going to kill you. And one of the coolest shots, a Mandalorian drops down on the back of a pirate, knocking him down to the ground, and then she just shoots him in the back of the head.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
It was interesting, I guess. Like, it wasn't a bad episode. I guess especially compared to some of the other ones of this season.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine, you know?
Either way, the pirates had no chance of winning.
It's true.
Bo-Katan would have took them out.
Yeah.
They didn't need all the Mandalorians. And if they wanted to have a one-on-one battle, Din Djarin has his Darksaber, and he's also a gunslinger.
Also, like, the mayor dude could have handled them pretty well on his own. Just gonna say.
He was overwhelmed.
Yeah, but he's capable. He could do a good number on them. Until backup showed up, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean, some time has passed, so maybe his techniques have slipped a little bit.
Yeah, no, but that was a fun episode. I really liked it, and I hope we're going in our right direction here. Mm-hmm. We saw Bad Girl from Empire pretending to be New Republic from that really boring episode.
Yeah.
She came back, which... So we're going to build up a plot, and it looks like the Mandalorians are going to live on Navarro for a while. And probably at the end of season 3, they're going to try and move back to Mandalore to make it inhabitable again.
Yeah.
Wow, that seems to be where they want to go with this. What does the Empire want out of this?
I don't know, apparently Moff Gideon is out.
Yep, Moff Gideon's still alive. We know that because
Apparently,
they didn't keep it a secret at all.
Yeah, apparently no one ever actually double-checked to make sure that Moff Gideon actually got arrested and put in jail, because his ship was just, like, exploded open and he wasn't there in it.
And they found Mandalore Bastille armor.
Oh, is that the Mandalorians who did it? Because definitely only Mandalorians have Bastille armor, as I think back to, like, the 3 or 4 other characters who are not Mandalorians who have that armor.
I was thinking during the fight with the pirates, and I was like, if they took a bad turn, and then Fennec and Boba Fett just show up and just start killing everyone.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, this is getting out of hand. Yeah, they have a lot of Mandalorian-esque characters, don't they?
Uh-huh.
South Park finally ended its 26th season with a weird spring break episode.
Yeah, that was fine. It made me interested in Warhammer. I was like, maybe I'll look into this. What are you guys doing over there?
I always had some of the figurines, but I don't have the patience to paint like that.
You don't always have to paint them. That's just an extra thing for fun that you do.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do it, I think you do it all the way.
I guess so. I don't know how to...
If you're going to donate money, like $100,000 to people running in a crazy obstacle course,
True.
you're gonna go all the way and film it.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, a little throwback right there.
Is it like Dungeons and Dragons, where there's, like, RPG elements? Or is it...
you gotta move your characters forward, though. You have a board.
Or is it like is it more like a board game?
It's a board game. But, of course, you can't be, like, launching things. But certain characters have abilities that you can do.
Interesting.
Yeah.
My interest is piqued.
There's many different races and environments to play in.
It was actually an incredibly minor element of the episode.
Yeah, it had nothing to do, really, with South Park. Just, there's only 2 boys in this one, which was weird. It's Stan and Tolkien. Mm-hmm. And they're playing D&D while...
Randy's trying to do like a typical spring break because quote unquote the bitches are gone.
So do you remember? Here's what happens. Randy decides to bring in strippers.
Yeah.
Or sex workers. Mm-hmm. And this one guy comes in with them, and he's smoking a cigar. And they call him the like Iranian or Albanian sex and drug trafficker or something like that.
Okay.
Apparently that character is a complete joke of... Oh my god. Why am I forgetting his name? Alex? Andrew
Tate?
Yes.
I knew, because he had that ugly fucking hairstyle.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Andrew Tate they were making fun of right there.
That's hilarious. Yes. Good.
I didn't catch that.
I suspected, because I'm like, that looks like Andrew Tate. But I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, most of the episode had to do with Mr. Garrison still struggling to not be the president.
To not be Trump, basically.
Yes.
I liked how they kept it open-ended, because Rick did forgive him, and they did get back together. And Garrison was like, I don't want to do that again. And Rick was like, we'll just have to wait and see, because we don't know what Trump's gonna do. Mm-hmm. So.
Good ending, which means now we'll get 2 movies on Paramount Plus at some point. I wonder
what they're gonna cover this time.
I don't know. Probably AIs.
That would be smart.
How I Met Your Father had its mid-season finale.
Oh, yeah. Didn't we talk about this already?
No, that's just happened.
Wow. It was, not great.
No, everything with Barney sucked.
It was so unnecessary. Like, he didn't add anything to it. It could have
also,
been
he didn't grow.
It could have. Yeah, I know. It was weird trying to see him like reset back to the character he was in like the middle of How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I thought he had grown past a lot of this stuff by the end. You know.
Dumb jokes that he has like a shock therapy collar for any time he makes a sexual
it's a shock therapy
joke.
Device, which he called an STD.
Yep.
And every time you make something kind of, it's because if you run into my car, it's probably because I've done one of many things. Did I, A, pretend to be like me from the future and convinced you to have sex with me in the past? And I was like, you're still doing these things? Is that still the character? We've regressed you? That's not what I wanted to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least when Robin showed up last season, she was like...
she offered advice.
Yeah, she had moved on and was doing things with her life.
Sophie, the main character, and her older boyfriend. That little thing about I'm dating my dad, your theory was wrong.
Well, I was right.
Partially.
That was the thing she was talking about.
Yes.
But he wasn't actually her dad.
Well, that was the fear, that she might actually be legitimately dating her father.
Yeah.
Which, I was like, for a sitcom, that's gross.
Also, I know it's a sitcom staple, but I hate how just irrationally characters act in these moments. Like, she starts to suspect, like, she hears he's at the same concert her mom was at when she fucked a dude and that was her dad. And rather than just be like, do you know a woman named, I don't know, Bethany, whatever her mother's name is, do you know a woman named blank? She's like, I need to run away and text my mom and call my mom and get all this information and find, like can you show me, like, your photo album? But I won't tell you why. And I was like, I should just ask. Like, I know it's a sitcom thing, but I hate it.
Those cringy moments where they drag out a painful thing that could have been easily resolved. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That could have been it.
And you can have good sitcoms without doing those things.
Yeah, you really can. Yellow Jackets, Season 2, Episode 2 came out last night.
Hell
or
yeah.
Sunday, sorry.
Mm-hmm. What'd you think?
Good, but we're dragging our feet.
What do you mean dragging our feet?
Let's get deeper into this. Like, I already knew you were gonna eat people. I'm fine with that.
Well, yeah. It's been a slow burn of a show from the very beginning. It took them 3 episodes before they actually got, like, crashed on the island. I guess it was 2 episodes.
It's the end of the first episode.
Well, the airplane's going down.
And they crash on a mountain, not an island.
I guess I was picturing,
this is not Castaway, buddy.
I was picturing, like, the continent. And I was like, that island, that giant landmass.
Pretty sure they never left the continent either.
They're in Oregon somewhere.
No, they're supposed to be stuck in Canada.
Oh, yeah? Damn.
Because for some dumb reason, their plane went out of the United States to try and get back in the United States. I don't know any flight route that would actually do that, or logically, unless there was, like, military traffic through that. But then now we're just over complicating this dumb idea. Also, Wherever they're actually supposed to be, they're not. They're just in California.
Yes, well, that's obvious. So for a couple of maybe few, like, glamour shots when they're climbing up the snowy mountain and you can see the snowy mountain in the background. They might have done some location
I'm
stuff.
sure they're still there.
What was I gonna say? I thought it was very good. There is a new subplot that I hate, and it has pseudo replaced the Shauna subplot. So in the first season, Shauna cheating on her husband was the subplot that it was so boring, couldn't stand it.
Mm-hmm.
Added very little, I felt like. Now that it's been replaced with Shauna's shitty daughter is pissed off all the time about everything. And that is the new subplot that I hate.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
She said to
I
her...
literally did not think about that at all today.
I thought about it and I got mad. I got mad that she said to her boyfriend that she was upset, that she wanted to vape herself away until there's nothing left because...
She said into oblivion.
And she was like, because my parents are self-centered and they don't think about me and they never talk to me. And then the next scene is literally Shauna being like, you want to hang out? And she's like, no, fuck you. Like, so do you want her to talk to you or not?
Yeah, it's teenage drama for the sake of teenage drama.
And I'm like, we already have that with them. But there's very little other adult version of them stuff in this episode.
That's true. The one thing that was really cool about the adult version was Misty ended up seeing little Frodo boy.
The boy. It's the man.
He's not a man, he's a boy.
He's wearing shorts and long socks.
Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood showed up.
He's gonna be... I'm so excited.
And he looked at the camera and smiled.
He looked at Misty and smiled. He spiked the camera to look directly at you and smile.
Looked at the audience. Gave her with a wink. And said, Wilfred, let's go.
I liked the imagery when they started eating the body.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it played with the imagery of them like dressed up like Romans with a feast, and they were just like eating like this is a grand feast.
Yeah, it messes with you. You think that they're sitting at a table all dressed up, ready to eat. Mm-hmm. And then you see the reality that they're just around a corpse eating it while it's just laying there.
Yeah.
And Coach Scott was horrified.
Yeah, he was the
I don't
only
know
one.
why.
He's the only one that didn't eat the body. I think it would be a little bit harder for him to be like, that was a student of mine. Here we go. They're all in a state. He's okay. And I think it's more that he knows if any of them is going to go next, it's probably going to be him. And that's what's going to happen to him.
They probably will eat him.
Yes.
I would have ate him.
I wonder if it's going to be wait for him to die or take the plunge and do something now while they can.
There's a lot of other girls there that don't have adult versions.
Yes. I think, I don't remember her name. The redhead girl who got attacked by the wolf.
Yeah.
I think there'll be an adult version of her. I think we get a glimpse of her in the opening. You know?
Okay.
But it's hard to tell. I don't know if they're tricking us, if they want me to think that.
Yeah, the new opening has some stuff from... Wow. Come on, guys. Come on.
Dogs.
The new opening has... Oh my god, it's going to be such a long podcast.
It's like some stuff from the first season, but also new things.
New things
and I'm
and
like,
stuff we've never even seen before, which was obviously like they just went out and shot some stuff. Of them just like having fun,
yeah,
drinking and partying.
Yep. I'm excited. It's a good show. It's gonna be... I can't wait.
So we watched Nope.
We did. This is our first time watching any of Jordan Peele's films.
Yep.
I thought it was a lot of fun. Everything I had heard about it was incorrect.
So Nope. Yeah, it was our first Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Really?
Everything I heard about it was that Stephen Young is barely in it, and that it's about capitalism. And whoever said that, I don't think they really understood the point of the movie.
I don't think they watched it.
No. It's like that one person who was like, no, it's not about aliens.
Yeah, I heard that from someone. They were like, it's not about aliens. Yeah, it is.
What did they think it was about? Did you get to talk to them about that today?
I guess they had no remembrance of it saying that. So I was like, okay, well, you smoke too much. But that was a good one.
It was good.
Jean Jacket, the monster,
Yep.
which looks like a UFO, but is actually a living organism.
Which was very cool.
I don't know if I can use organism.
I mean, it was an animal.
It was definitely alive, yeah.
That was the point, was talking about animals and animal instincts and stuff.
And this thing was definitely predatorial. Carnivorous.
Yes.
And intelligent.
Yes. It wasn't scary. It was not a scary movie, I would say.
Yeah, the only scary stuff I would say is when they first get sucked into it.
I guess.
It's so claustrophobic in there.
I suppose. I would say the scariest part for me is when you're seeing the monkey going around attacking everybody.
Oh. What was his name?
Gordy.
Gordy, yes.
Yeah.
Gordy was interesting.
I realized at the very end, so we had like titles that punctuated certain
Segments of it, yeah.
they were all named after animals, like the names of the animals that we were seeing. Like it'd be like Ghost, like the horse, then Gordy, and then the last one was Jean Jacket, and it was that Jean Jacket that I was like, oh, I see the theme. Lucky was another one.
Yeah, Ghost doesn't show up again.
No, that was the shrieking sound that the UFO was making.
Yeah.
That was the yell of the horses as it was getting sucked up into it, because you could hear whatever was yelling inside of it.
Yeah. Which is probably the creepiest part of that thing.
I wish they explained how
It showed up.
I think just imagine it just floated in. It was how Jupiter had figured out what it was and had figured out to feed it horses and stuff. Like, how long had that been going on?
Who's Jupiter?
That's Stephen Young's character.
Oh.
I don't remember the name.
Yeah, he knew it was there, and he was able to summon it with the horse. That's so weird.
That's where people bring up the idea of it's about capitalism, because he wanted to capitalize off of the monster.
What?
Yeah, because he wanted to sell it as part of his
sideshow guy.
And I'm like, it's not about capitalism though. One of our other main characters works for discount Best Buy of this universe,
What?
The Angel, yeah. Didn't he work?
Fry's Electronics is a real store.
Is it really?
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I had no idea. It doesn't look like a real. That logo looks fake as hell.
Hold on. What the hell?
I thought it was fake.
No.
I thought they just came up with something. That can't be. Oh my god, it's real. Wow. No, I didn't. I thought they just made it up.
No, there's the one from the movie.
Wow.
There's one in Phoenix.
It's like a Best Buy, though, right? It looks like a Best Buy.
Yeah, it's basically Best Buy.
Yeah, it's nothing about capitalism,
Mm-hmm.
In fact, our main characters are trying to also capitalize off of the monster. They just do it in a different way,
Yeah. It was a clever sci-fi film. I haven't seen one like that in a while.
Mm-hmm. But it wasn't scary.
Good acting.
Yes.
Good dialogue. Good casting.
Yes.
Jordan Peele. So people revere him as one of the greatest of our times, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's way too soon to call anything like that. So I'm not going to say anything like that. What I will say is he's definitely an intelligent director.
Yes.
Because he got me thinking. There's a point in the movie where Steven's character, Jupiter, got sucked up and eaten, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Jean Jacket shows up over the house.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there's a sequence in between that, but it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this has got to be the end of the movie. And that's when I paused it and I saw there was another hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then once we got through that house scene or sequence, that's when I got like even more excited for the movie.
Yes. It was one thing is, well, it wasn't like a scary movie necessarily. It was very smart with what it shows you and how much it shows you and when it shows you. Mm-hmm. I liked how we learned incrementally about, like, it wasn't like, here's an info dump about everything about it all in one spot. It was like, we slowly figure things out with it.
Yep.
No, it made me want to watch his other stuff, which I already wanted to watch. I'm glad I watched Nope first, because some people say it's his weakest of the three that he's done so far.
I just don't think people understood it was just a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, that's another thing. If they thought it was about capitalism, and it's like, Stephen Young's barely in it, as he's one of the 5 pivotal characters of the film.
Yeah. He's half of that movie.
Yeah. He's a big chunk of it.
The scene in the barn with the aliens.
Yes.
I was so excited.
That was the scariest part. That one actually had me, like, going, no.
I was so excited. I was like, yes, this is what I wanted. It's going to be so awesome. Mm-hmm. And finally, he's, like, recording one coming slowly around the corner.
And that one's right there at the door next to him.
And it sounds off, and he just punches it right in the face. And it turns out it's just a bunch of kids playing a prank. And I was like, no.
A lot of the things from the trailer ended up being complete red herrings. Like one of the kids creeping around with their mask on. The one lady whose face was, like, fucked up from the chimp in the crowd. Like, those things were in the trailer, and I remember people, like, speculating hard on, like, what if they're aliens and they're, like, shapeshifters or something. And I was just like, no, they're just normal.
Yeah.
I love the iconography of the cloud with the, like, trail of flags coming out of the bottom of it. Mm-hmm. That was good.
Just because the flags mess it up. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Doesn't like eating those things.
Doesn't like cloth stuff.
Yeah. In fact, in a weird way, you could say it defecates. Mm-hmm. And it removes everything that's non-organic.
Yeah.
Cool things. Angel, that character from the discount alternate universe Best Buy.
That does not exist in this universe whatsoever.
He starts mentioning ancient aliens when you get first introduced to him, right?
Yeah.
Later on, when they're talking about what Jean Jacket might actually be, and they're talking to Antler, the cinematographer.
Yeah.
He starts to... It's Angel in the back, but he starts to go, that's not the first, like, idea in history that these giant flying objects can be alive. And that, again, goes into ancient alien theory, which I thought was interesting. When you look at Jean Jacket, the way it actually is, because they do something to damage it initially.
They have it suck up, like, it was like a barbed wire fence. He, like, wrapped a barbed wire fence around himself.
Yeah, and just tried to rip that up, and it hurt it.
Yeah.
And so, in its defense, it unfrilled.
Yes, which looked so cool. Like a weird kite, jellyfish, moth, hot air balloon thing.
The way I was thinking about it is as like a jellyfish. It didn't have eyes. It just had a mouth.
Yeah.
I don't even know if jellyfish have mouths. I don't think they do.
They have something that puts stuff in.
I think they can absorb through their tentacles. But the way those frills are is the same as a jellyfish would be underwater. Mm-hmm. Right? It's just a massive extraterrestrial jellyfish.
Sea creatures make sense in space.
They really do.
That was another thing with Star Trek. The first episodes were about like giant space jellyfish that are these like hyper extra beyond creatures, and they're just big jellyfish that can do like telekinesis and stuff in space. And it's like, it just makes sense. Sea creatures in space.
Yeah, the weirdest part of Jean Jacket was its mouth.
Yes, square.
Yeah, especially when it frills out. It shoots out its mouth, and I understood the green. Mm-hmm. The pretty green would be to attract prey.
Yeah.
Right? If we were to add realism to this, they thought this one out. It's just that square thing. You would think it would be more like tentacle-like.
But it did like a leap maneuver at one point in time, so it didn't need tentacles, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever it's eating in space, it was attracted to things that looked at it too, so it registered eyes without having any, which I thought was interesting. Or things that looked like eyes, also.
Yes. That part they didn't explain, but I guess that's part of the fear is you can't look at it, and if you saw a UAP, you would want to look at it.
Well, there was a moment, you might have missed it. You might have walked away for like a second to grab like food or something.
I was eating a pickle by dipping it in Chipotle.
Yes, you did do that. Was it good?
It was good.
There was a moment, it was when it was like hovering over the house and they were trying to figure out what to do. Our main character, OJ, he was looking at it, and the two were in the house and they were panicking because they wanted to get out but they didn't know what to do. And OJ ran out, he saw it, and he was thinking, and there was a brief moment where he remembered being on the stage, on the sound stage with Lucky.
Yeah, I saw him playing with that.
And he was
reflector.
like, don't look him in the eye. And someone did the thing, so he saw his own eye, and he did the kick, and that's why he stopped looking up at it. So it wouldn't see his eyes. And I guess he figured out then and there that that's how that worked.
That's not what I was asking.
I'm sorry.
Why does it eat you if you look at it?
I don't know. Maybe it's like a space thing. If he sees circles, he knows that's a thing to eat.
Okay, we're moving on.
He has squares.
We watched The Black Phone.
Yes.
Scott Derrickson directed this after leaving Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Probably best known for Sinister, which is terrifying. It is a terrifying movie with minimal gore.
Yeah, it really has not much.
If any, honestly.
This movie was fun.
It was fun. It was a predictable movie, but not bad.
I had to describe it today, and I realized it's not a horror film.
No.
It's labeled a horror film, which is kind of dumb.
I think it's because it's a horrifying setting that we're in.
Concept.
I'm glad they didn't go worse with it. That was one thing I was very afraid of.
Oh, if there's like some...
Yeah.
Well, someone had saw it when it came out in theaters, and that was my first question. I was like, how bad is that? And they're like, none of that.
Good.
Like, good, because we could have gone that way, and we didn't.
I know.
It's just some sick, demented guy who kidnaps children and leaves them in his basement and then just kills them.
Yeah. And it's Ethan Hawke, so he's doing great.
Yeah, he's a little creepy. But the cool part was that there's an element of supernatural.
Yeah. It feels so weirdly like a weird Shining spin-off, you know? Like the Stephen King thing, where they even like talk about like other people have these powers in essence.
Yep.
And stuff, like including Ethan Hawke's character and everything. I was like, okay, someone had a weird fan fiction idea, and they sent it in, and the director was like, yes, I want it.
Yeah, the black phone is never plugged in, yet it rings. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, it's like breathing.
Yeah, because it's ready. It's getting him ready. It's happening.
Yep.
It was great. I loved how all the dead boys was able to come together to help him in the end.
Yeah, they all taught him something different.
Every one of them had a pivotal part that ended up playing into how he escaped at the end.
Yep.
Which was great. And then his sister helped out too.
She was psychic.
Mm-hmm.
His little sister is the voice of Bonnie in Toy Story 4.
How old is she?
I don't know. I try not to look up those things.
She's a really great actress. Like,
just gonna walk by that one.
I was like, because Toy Story 3 was a while ago, and she looks rather young here.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least she might just be small. You know, she could be older than I think.
The kid, I forgot his name, but he's like 15.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, she'd have to be like 10 to 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, great actress.
Yes, she
has a really intense scene with her dad.
Yeah, acting wise, she carried that movie 100%. Our main character, Finn, he's fine. He's good. He did what he needed to do. But she was stealing the show.
What could Finn really do? Like, as a 15-year-old boy playing a pro, like, Ethan Hawke,
Mm-hmm.
who's doing more acting with his face with a mask on than I've seen in a while.
We only saw him with his mask off like once.
And it's at the very beginning, and you never get a good look at him.
Yep. And then at the very end, and he's wearing glasses in the beginning too. Those big glasses.
Oh,
that he
at the
has.
end. Yeah.
At the very end, when he takes his mask off, you barely get a glimpse of him. Right at the end there.
Yeah, because he freaks out that his mask's off and he hides his face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad how that ended.
I thought, yes. It was one of those things where it's like, it's similar to Nope. The spoilers. They all lived at the end of Nope. They were Antlers didn't, but whatever. All the good guys, they lived. That was great.
That was Antler's choice.
And yes, and I like the thing where horror movies, or thrillers, I guess, as I would classify Nope.
Yeah. Oh, and Black Phone.
Yes, where these things can be horrifying and or thrilling, and they still have good, happy endings at the end.
Yep.
I like that. That's what I want.
They were all good.
Mm-hmm. Great stuff. All of the movies we talked about. Check them out.
Okay. Wow. An hour and a half in. Let's do it. Not garbage eggs. Box office trolls.
Box office trolls.
I'm falling asleep if you can't tell.
We're on top of things.
Don't mind me writing stuff on my board.
So we already talked about how number one is D&D. Woo! Yeah.
Number 2, John Wick Chapter 4.
Yeah.
123 million.
Second week in box office.
It's dropped 61% though.
It is its second week. You know, everyone was going to see this one first, so then they had room to watch Dungeons and Dragons this week.
Yep. His Only Son, 5 million at number 3, from Angel Studios. So it's very safe to say, because of this weekend, this is a religious film, okay?
Or it's the amazing sequel to, what is it? Jesus Revolution? Is that what that one was called?
So it's actually the Jesus Revolution. I know, I'm wanting it to be Jesus. And it's about the spiritual awakening of some hippies in the California in the 70s.
Dumb.
And it's like based on a true story.
It's dumb.
And I was like, you could have still been a Jesus.
I fell in love with Jesus in concept alone.
Yeah.
Whatever his shenanigans were gonna be.
Maybe one day we'll write the Jesus Revelation.
Yes. It'll be a fun story.
And then we'll get sued.
No.
Number 4, Scream 6.
Yeah. 4 weeks? It's only been 4 weeks in box office? Jeez Louise.
Number 5, Creed 3.
Mm-hmm. Going down quickly. Surprisingly.
Yeah. When's the last time we saw a fighting movie?
I also think the news about Jonathan Majors might have made people be like, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I didn't see anything else about him.
It's still a developing thing.
Is it?
At least it's developing in that we have no more new information on it. So.
Number 6, Shazam! Fury of the Gods.
Boo.
7, 8001.
What's that? Focus Features? I bet it's like another Jesus movie.
Unapologetic and fierce loyal Inez.
Kidnaps her son Terry from the foster care system. Mother and son set out to reclaim their sense of home, identity, and stability in a rapidly changing New York City.
Wow, that's depressing.
Okay. Sure.
Number 8, 65.
Yeah.
Making only a total of 30 million. This is going to be a box office flop.
Yeah. Which is so weird. When you talk about numbers like 30 million and you're like, oh, that's a flop. That's so bananas.
Yeah. But it's true. They probably put like 200 million in it. Mm-hmm. 180 million.
Absolutely.
You know, anywhere between there, that's pretty normal. Number 9, Ant-Man and Wasp. This should be out on Disney Plus soon.
Yeah, it's 7 weeks. Yeah, it takes about a month or two before it goes out on Disney Plus. So it'll be soon.
Yep. And number 10, The Jesus Revolution. Number 11, Avatar: Way of Water. And number 12, Cocaine Bear.
Wow. Puss in Boots have been pushed down to 15.
Yep.
Dang.
And Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, still sitting at number 17.
It was 54 weeks, over 1 year, baby. How many theaters is it in nowadays? Like, who's still playing?
According to this, 253 theaters.
Good, congrats. If you're near one of those 253 theaters, just go see it. What do you got to lose, you know?
Well, if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, just see it again, you know?
You can own it.
I bet a theater experience for it would be cool, like we were saying earlier.
In theory.
Yeah.
Speaking of theater experiences, this weekend you can experience the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Yeah. I hope it's good.
I don't think I need to tell anyone what that is.
What's a Mario?
Yeah. Jesus. I'm so tired.
Well, let's wrap up.
I'm trying. I'm dying before I get there.
I can't understand your notes, so I can't help you.
What do you mean? It says air.
Yeah, what is air?
Air happens on April 5th.
What is that?
So Air-
Air Bud is a prequel. There is no Bud yet. Only air.
Jesus. So stupid.
What have I been breathing this whole time?
It's been Bud.
No!
Air is Ben Affleck's new movie about Air Jordan.
Oh. Okay.
And he got his buddy Matt Damon.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And Jason Bateman.
Wow. Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll see. I haven't seen any reviews for it, but the concept alone, talking about the creation of the shoes, would be pretty interesting. Especially
yeah.
If you watch that Michael Jackson documentary.
Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Very different documentaries. One's a bit of a bummer.
Oh, I love me a good old sports movie. It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, that documentary about Michael Jordan, they do talk about Air Jordans and how that becomes a thing.
Yep. Also, if you've seen Winning Time, or the documentary about Magic Johnson, you know how he missed that opportunity.
Yeah, he chose sneakers. No,
Yeah.
he chose...
Nike?
No.
No.
Converse.
Oh, yeah. Bad choice. Bad shoe.
Yeah, it was tearing up their feet.
It's classified as a slipper, technically. Because of the amount of fuzz on the bottom of it.
Oh, okay. And then Dave, the show about Little Dicky, comes back for its third season.
Yeah.
This Wednesday.
How many more seasons do you think that show has in it? Because it feels like it takes a toll every time.
I don't know.
It's an intense little show. It's a wacky one that no one talks about. I've never seen anyone actually talking about it.
I talk about it.
I mean, yes, but who's watching it?
I don't even know how I found it.
I don't either, because like it's not like you know Little Dicky. You did you know about Little Dicky before you started watching it?
Yeah.
I never. Did you ever listen to his songs?
In high school, his first album came out, his only album, and my friend in high school would just play it over and over and over again. I never really appreciated Little Dicky,
I was never into his music personally.
but the older I got, I was like, oh, he's just a comedian.
You know what I like? Gata.
Yeah, I don't remember Gata being in the first album, but yeah, the show is actually really good. It's dark and funny.
Don't let FX fool you with those trailers. The trailers for the seasons is always like, here's a wacky, wackadoo, fun, bouncy little comedy series, and then you actually watch it, and it's like, this is sad. I'm sad. This is very dramatic.
Yeah, especially if you start from the first season. That first season's ending is dark.
A lot of the first season. Like, there's comedy in it, for sure. It's like, FX always does that, though. It was like, this series is dramatic and mean. And then you watch it, and it's just like, happy fun times.
Yeah.
They never know how to market anything.
So there you go. That's the podcast.
An extra long one, just for you.
Didn't want to do this.
Bye.
Bye.